is I, your honorable sensei, and across from me,
the vicious scumbag.
And together we are Longturnlarry Podcast. And today we got our first sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Carolina Lasercraft, providing you with all of your amazing card custom needs.
If you're like SpongeBob and you can't pass your driver's license test, you can get one from Carolina Lasercraft. It's not real.
You can find them at your local conventions with a beautiful booth. Or you can go to carolinalasercraft.com for all of your future needs. Now let's get into this deck tech.
We talking about Eshki Teamers Roar.
Rar. XD. Rar.
Rar. So this might look like, oh yeah, you're upgrading the Precon. We're not.
Turkey.
That Precon is terrible if you're trying to build Eshki. Just buy Eshki.
Yep, save the money for the rest of these cards because the Eshki Precon was doo-doo.
If you're trying to do dragon stuff, cool.
Yes.
We're not trying to dragon stuff. This is drooling, gruel, unga, bunga. We here to kill.
Many ooga boogas and big creatures ahoy.
This deck is not balanced. We are big Timmy go boom, and that is it. So Eshki, what does she say? She's teamer for 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on her. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, you draw a card. And if that spell's power is 6 or greater, Eshki deals damage equal to her power to each opponent. So if you cast enough big creatures, she'll just kill them herself.
Yep.
Won't even have to attack. But you know, we unga bunga, we will.
That's right. This is a creatures matters. We gonna be slinging them. And Teamer is definitely good for this. We love big giant boys and we have all the colors to go get them. #gruel.
So in total, we have 24 creatures that trigger all 3 of her effects.
All 3 of them.
Then we have 9 creatures that only trigger the first 2. And we have some too shorts. We got 8 that don't trigger the last 2. But she at least gets a counter.
Exactly. They're not tall enough to ride the ride, but they support the theme park and we support them.
We love them.
That's right.
So the thing that sets this deck apart from all the other Eshki decks that you've seen is I want to kill my opponents with Eshki as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. And the best way to go about doing that is to cascade and discover, because those are more creatures that you're casting. And since we have so many big flips, we're more likely to do it. Yeah.
Cascading 2 and discover both explicitly say cast in them. So we went more the big mana matters, but keeping to that power theme at the same time. Why wouldn't we want cascade, especially with some of these, multiplicative cascade? It's very easy for Eshki to just explode with one of these.
Here are our cascaders. We have Apex Devastator, Maelstrom Wanderer, Annoyed Altasar, Blood Braid Challenger, Boarding Party, Maelstrom Colossus, Emoti Celebrant's Bounty, and a card I'm pretty sure most of y'all have never seen, Bigger on the Inside.
That's what she said. Oh! And it makes no sense, but you got it.
Yeah, this card is like the gem that I found while building this deck. This card should just see more play, period.
Yes, it's a payoff that's expensive, but it's very strong. Larry's, you'll see that with all of these cascade effects here, it's all going to follow a very similar theme, either multiplicative cascade or just 6 body or larger. This is going to trigger all of our effect and then allow us to be able to then get additional cards, getting more effects on top of Eshki. We also have Atali in both forms. We're having our mono red and the red and green new edition. We have Monstrous Vortex. This is going to allow us to cast spells with 5 or greater and allowing us to discover and their values. Discover is the new cascade.
Just to note, if you discover off a 7 mana creature and you hit a 6 mana creature, you will discover again and keep discovering. This card is disgusting.
That is so nasty because then the cast sees the cast, which then sees the. It's like a step down birthing pod. You're going the opposite way. Trumpeting Carnosaur, another recent print, very good. Discovering for 5. Now, Contest of Claws is very beautiful because it's removal that is going to allow us to get that discover trigger for the excess. With Creative Technique, we're just going to be demonstrating. Hopefully, you're going to pick someone that doesn't have gigantic things inside of their library.
Show me what you got.
Let me see it. That's right. You are now on an Earth show, and you're going to protect your deck with the best creative technique possible. These are all trying to give us roughly the same thing, which is just we're after that massive flip. We're playing a war with the top of our deck, and they are going to shudder at the idea of what we're going to pull out next.
Now, I bet you're thinking, how you going to balance your budget, all these big, nasty creatures? We're playing a ridiculous amount of ramp. 20 pieces of ramp. Huh? It seems excessive. It is not.
No, with price tags these high, you have to earn a lot of the mana to be able to pay for it. That's the trade-off. You want big boys, you got to have big mana.
And we're hitting ramp from a multiplicative angle. So we have cards like Animar, Soul of Elements, Goreclaw, Terror of Calcisma, Teamer Battlecrier, and Defiler of Vigor that are going to reduce the cost of our big, nasty creatures.
That's right. Ramp doesn't just come in the form of mana rocks and lands. Reduction is key here, and there's a lot to reduce. We're like pseudo Eldrazi at this point.
We also got plenty of dorks, and they're the big ones. Fanatic of Ronus will tap for 4 every single time. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, will be untapping and giving us more mana every time we cast a bigger ass creature. Gyre Sage will evolve like the true mutant that she is. Elysian Carotid will just tap for 2 mana. And Selvala, Heart of the Wild, will tap for a bunch of mana.
All of these are such beautiful. If I get bigger, I tap for more. And then they incentivize you to continue to play more and more and more. We love all of these. If you're going to play Mana Dorks, they need to scale if they're going to keep up with this kind of, necessity or need that we have. Of course, we're running your basic mana rocks. We got Arcane, Felwar, and Soul Ring. Nothing crazy here. We're just wanting to use them for quick, fast mana and maybe some color fixing. We're not super heavy in double pips, but we are just heavy in the mana cost.
Some of these standouts, Arithmetes, Slumbering Isle is 12 power and is sort of like a mana rock.
He's an island.
Clothis, God of Destiny, is Graveyard Hate and Ramp or Burn.
Yeah, kind of does a little bit of everything, and they're 4 power, so they're also going to get us a card draw on top of it.
And then Mina Din and Wayward Swordtooth give us extra land drops. Our commander is going to constantly be feeding us cards.
Yep. And
we'll be hitting 2 land drops or 3 if we get both of them out.
Of course, we're running Nature's Lore and 3 visits. We wouldn't be, green fixing if we didn't run these 2 because we're going to be running the forest typed cards to be able to mana fix. This just so we can be able to hit that red and blue pairing, mainly on the red side.
Blue, we don't care. We just need blue to cast our commander and like
5 things. Yeah, it's like 5 creatures tops.
That's why I call it drooling gruel.
Yep, it's drool. So we've been ramping like the cows got to come home. Of course, we're rocking just, a couple of if it enters, when it enters, get another land. We have Topiary Stomper, just a good old plant dino. And then Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Uro is actually going to fit a couple of our types here because he can come back multiplicatively, he can recur himself, and he's 6 power. So it's like, we'll take the card draw, the life gain, and the extra card draw, the counters, and the damage.
I don't think there's been any time that I play tested this where like I escaped Uro.
Yeah, right.
It's just like a 3-mana way to like ramp and buff up our Eshki.
I mean, it's perfect. It works in every way that we need it to. And the dinosaur plant dino is a 4/4, so we're also getting the card draw on top of getting the land. So no, you'll notice a lot of this is extra on top of, and you're just getting those those beautiful royalties, baby.
Now we wouldn't be a big Timmy deck if we didn't talk about our Tims.
Well done, motherfucker!
Oh man, the biggest boys.
The biggest boys, we've already gone over some of them, but here are the rest. We are starting off first with Agnesar Rex. Big as hell. Carnage Tyrant, even bigger. Wait, nope, not even bigger.
More mana.
Chandra's Incinerator is...
Oh, it's very good. That thing's going to cost a red.
This thing is going to cost a red, then it's going to trigger our commander, and then every time we cast a big creature with power 6, we're also going to be able to use that damage as removal.
Also, keep in mind, too, Larry's, some of these you're going to be like, well, what else does it do? It doesn't do anything. It's just got a giant set of hands, and we need that.
You got big titties.
It's got big titties, and you need those heavies, all right? Just trust me. Like, a great example is, like, Dreamtide Whale. This is a 3-drop, 7/5. Do we really care about the proliferation? I mean, yeah, you can make Commander bigger. And, like, the Vanishing, like, do we care? No. It's a 3-drop that's got 7 hands. And then, it's beautiful. And then same thing, Elder Gargoth, Gargoth. Like, cool. It does other things. We're just happy that it's a 5-drop that's got 6 hands. Just keep that in mind. These things are just big heavies, and we just slinging them out.
Galta is the biggest big boy. He will be 2 mana.
Yep.
Every single time.
It's going to be 2 green. 2 green for a gigantic dinosaur.
One of the cards, and if we were going to set a singular Larry, this is my favorite card, and whenever I see it, it goes bananas. Ilharg the Razeboar.
Yo, we went back and forth on this one, and I brought it to Honorable, said, why no sneak attack? And he said, why not Pig? And Pig is amazing. It's Pig God.
He's 5 mana. He triggers all our commander's modes, and then he just puts something into play, and then puts it back in our hand. So things like Inferno Titan just sort of get to trigger because it entered the battlefield. Things like
Atali.
Oh, yeah, like Atali.
Atali would be a great example. Or Spite Bellows. Whenever it leaves the battlefield, it deals damage. And the same concept here. We have a bunch of when it ETBs, we get something. Trumpeting Carnosaur was another one, whereas at ETBs, we get to discover. There's a lot of cards. And remember, we're a big boy. So there's going to be tons of times where you can't afford the, 8-drop that's in your hand. But the Pig lets you cheat it out and then smack somebody with it. Thank you, Pig.
Prepared to die.
Prepare to die.
Sab Sunning, the thickest mommy. She gives us additional card draw. We don't even care if she swings. She's just here.
Yeah, exactly. Big booty, 5, and she's pretty much like not removable. Yeah.
Surak and Goreclaw is nasty. When you get this mug out early and then you just start cascading and then they enter in with an additional +1/+1 counter and they have haste, you are guaranteed to kill everybody.
And keep in mind, too, we're going to be getting Eshki's triggered. So it's like you're blowing your hand to then refill your hand to then make Eshki bigger to then hurt everyone. And then, as if like that wasn't enough, you now have a gigantic board of huge creatures.
Territorial Hellkite. Territorial Hellkite 4-drop. 6/5. Haste. I don't care what the rest of the text says. The Foretold Soldier. You foretell him for 2, and then you cast him. And then when he deals damage, he gets foretold again. He just gets bought back and back and back and back and triggers Eshki each time.
It's really surprising that they chose green for this boy. And then would we be a gigantic Powers Matters deck if we weren't running the god of Powers Matters? I mean, like literally, like I think Eshki prays to Xenagos. It's the classic 5-drop Xenagos. He also is a 6/5, so he's going to trigger everything. And then if we keep him out, something's going to get huge. And then if it's something we just brought in, cool. It's got haste and double its power.
Yeah, you choose Eshki and she's like a 6/6. Then you make her a 12/12, and then you cast a 6-drop afterwards.
Yeah, it's over. Like Xenagos makes her do a huge amount of damage.
Of course, we got her twin Negro with Helena and Elena partners. They give counters instead of just the buff, but the counters they give is equal to their power. It's 2, but it's also haste. One of the most goated creatures in the entire deck, Cactus Folk Sure Shot.
Oh, man.
I've never been so happy to cascade into this card because at the beginning of combat on your turn, other creatures you control power 4 or greater gain trample and haste. It turns on everything.
Yes, it does.
And I mean everything.
And it itself is a 4-drop. So we're going to be getting a 4-for-4 like a Wendy's menu. So we're getting a card draw and a +1/+1 counter. And then everything's going to get trample haste. Now, we love you, plant mercenaries. The cactus cowboys are very good.
And then we have Garuk's orc cousin, Shaman of the Great Hunt. Whenever a creature we control deals combat to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Cool. Ferocious, 2 generic, green, blue. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater.
This is another one of those cards I'm mind blown does not see more play. That's not a hard requirement. Like, oh no, you only have 4 of them? Okay, that's... That's still 4 mana for 4 cards. It's better than Harmonize. Like, yeah, no. You could get an Ancestral Recall and then some. Get you a whole windfall of cards.
That is like all our creatures. We have 45 creatures. That doesn't leave us with a lot of room for anything else. But we got a little bit.
That's a tiny bit of protection.
We are very much susceptible to board wipe. So
yes.
We're really afraid of board wipes, so we're running some counter spells. An offer you can't refuse? You can't.
Take
Stubborn denial? I'm stubborn. And Swan Song, here is a bird for your troubles.
When we can't stop the board wipe, we at least can try to recover from the board wipe. So we have the cards that are going to either give us indestructible, regeneration, or, just gaining some type of protection spell. So we have Heroic Intervention, everyone's favorite. Smuggler's Surprise. We're going for that final effect there where we can, have our creatures that are power 4 or greater. Spoiler. That they get hexproof indestructible. And then Wrap and Vigor. You're being wrapped by that lovely Cow Turtle's love. And if you are, then you regenerate everything. So if it's a destroy board wipe, especially since Farewell just became a game changer, get mad. This is going to be a whole lot better of a card to deal with your destroy board wipes.
Yeah, if they cast Damnation, please do not cast this card.
Yeah, exactly.
It's over for you. And then 2 more cards. Just note, of course, we're playing Chandra's Ignition.
That's a must.
Eshki will get so big
yeah.
that, you get her to 12. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
And then after a round, if we're already hurting everyone too, this is the final punch because you don't have another 6-drop in hand. Oh yeah, thank you.
Or you choose like one of your 5 power creatures, and it kills like the majority of everybody else's board, but all your 6-drops are still
your gigantic dinosaurs.
And then Rich Card's Expertise. We need more than just Eshki to draw cards, even though she will be our main engine.
It's wonderful when the commander has it built in. Just plain and simple, because you're not hunting for it, we're not betting on it, and we're not relying on drawing into it. The commander already has it, and she's naturally going to get bigger. We're also a Powers Matter deck, so Rishkars can hit huge. And then the 5 or less for free, thank you. That's a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, even if they go at Eshki, because she is obviously a threat.
Yes.
Deck is big, die.
Yeah, exactly. Like worst case scenario. Oh no, Eshki. Well, also too, like you're never gonna not have enough mana to play her, and she's a 3-drop. Even if she died 5 times, you could still feasibly almost cast this thing. Especially if you have like good setup too, and those mana dorks that scale are scaled. Yeah, no. Good luck getting rid of her. She may not be big, but we're gonna continue to churn out gigantic big chunguses. This is bigchungus.exe. Is what this is.
This isn't methodical.
No.
This isn't tactful.
It is surprising though. It is like out of nowhere, like, do you guys have a response?
And you're never gonna see it coming because you're just gonna be like, all right, well, I used the bigger insight on Maelstrom Wanderer, so I get 3 cascades. Oh, did I just hit like Atali, Creative Technique, and Boarding Party, who also has Cascade? Oh crap.
Yeah. Eshki's about to go off 7 times. So it's like you're gonna hit for 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So it's like you just took like 15 to 18 damage. I was really surprised you didn't put Infect in this because she does say that she deals the damage.
You got time for that. We ain't got time for all that. You gotta set up.
Oh, well, that is the beautiful Eshki. And again, Larry's, this is not the Precon upgrade. We're sorry. We tried. Honorable, give it his. I know you tried. I know you did. Upgrading the Precon was no.
Nah.
Not for what we're doing.
That's probably like one of the worst precons for Face Commander I've ever seen.
Yeah, they put her at the helm of it, and then we're like, let's fill it with dragons. And they're like, okay, but how you gonna get them? Oh, they'll eventually.
Did you give me enough ramp to support this?
Eventually. The shoulder shrugs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what you do is your friend buys the Precon and be like, hey, bro, let me get...
Yeah, your friend who wants to play dragons, you then take the Eshki from them. Like, hey, let me get the Eshki. You can keep the dragons. Because there were some unique dragons that came in the Teamer Precon. We get it. Also, Larry's, if you like our content, we love making it for you. And we honestly want to know your guys' feedback. So if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know what you like and want to see from us.
Subscribe. We are almost at 500. If you want more and better content, please subscribe. Subscribe.
I am the vicious scumbag.
And across from him is the Honorable Sensei. And together we are Longturnlarry Podcast. Bitches. Big bitches.